Hi there. Well, welcome back to my studio. We've had a few chats from here before. Today I want to talk to you about a problem. Not every painting or drawing that an artist does turns out to be quite what they hoped it would be or expected it would be. And that has been the case with one of the paintings I started about a year ago. I've been sitting with it for a while and I just had a problem with it, and it took a while. I needed to look at it for a while to figure out exactly what I wasn't happy with and what I needed to do to change that. Here's my painting, Riverside Landscape. It measures 16 by 20 inches, and I needed to look at it a bit to figure out what I wasn't happy with. So let's take a look at how it started. One of the first things that I noticed was that my color harmonies didn't seem to work together very well. I was not happy with how cool the darker parts of the reflection in the water looked. And then I also noticed that there seemed to be too much green in the trees. So those were some of the first things that came to mind. I also felt that the values needed adjusting within the picture, so that was another thing that I wanted to take a close look at. And finally, I was not happy with the composition, especially in the foreground of the picture. So all of those things were things that I noticed as I began looking at this very carefully over time, but still thinking about what I wanted to change. It's been said that value is the most important thing to consider in a landscape painting, and I believe that's true. I went back to my reference picture using a value scale and made notes about what the different values in the different parts of the picture were in the reference picture. Now this is a great place to start, so I could decide where I needed to go a little bit darker perhaps or a little bit lighter in my painting based on the reference picture. So I made some changes in value where I saw that it was needed, and I also worked with color harmony. I went a little bit warmer in the reflected water area that I felt had been too cool. I also took out some of the green in the trees, and I added in more of what would be sky colors for trees that were a little bit more bare. And then I extended this trees a bit more up toward the top of the painting. I had not been happy with the foreground and that little pathway that it was originally in the painting, so I covered over that and I added taller grasses in a more neutral tone in the foreground of the painting. You may have noticed I added a few more greens to the evergreens on the far left. They had gotten a little bit lost, and I felt that I needed them for balance in the composition of the painting. So that with the taller grasses in the front were the ways that I changed the composition to be a little bit more pleasing. All in all, I am happier with it now, and I really love the warm colors and tones of this painting. Here you can see it as it would look in a room, perhaps over a fireplace. I hope this little behind the scenes view of the studio work that I've been doing has been an encouragement to see how paintings can be made better when you're not 100% happy with them.